Hello, friends. I hope all of you are taking care of yourself and doing everything, whatever you can to keep yourself healthy and happy. My name is Sudha. I'm a naturopath and yoga practitioner. And today I want to share some ideas about happiness. This topic is quite amazing because although the word is small, it has got intense meaning and it has got everything in. And then it's very important that we understand what is real happiness and what's fake happiness. The society teaches us that you need to have money, you need to have wealth, you need to have success by becoming famous, or maybe you need to have that good body or good looks. That's why we keep running behind that. But do you think that these things can give you that ultimate happiness, what you really want in life? I mean, end of the day, when you like sit down and think about all these things, you will understand that these are not the things what can keep us happy. There are things which we need to do more than this in order to get that happiness. I want to put some light on what are the things we can do and to get that ultimate happiness what we have. So the researchers in positive psychology have found that true happiness and satisfaction can be got when we really dive deep into our inner self and try to change the perspective, way of we think, and then we change our attitude. And this can be possible by doing certain things. But before going to those things, I want to talk about some of the myths whatever we have. People think that can give that ultimate happiness. Myth number one: money can bring happiness. But the fact is, we need money because if we are financially not stable, we may feel very stressed out because we cannot take care of our family or any responsibilities. But then if we can make enough of money to take care for our basic needs, like maybe food, shelter and clothing, and then that would be more than enough, I guess. Then as humans, we always have desire to do this and that, and it's like endless. But then these things can just be momentary. The researchers found that even if a person wins a lottery, the happiness what he gets would be for a short term duration. After some time, he may not feel that happiness. So you can see money doesn't make happy. The second myth is people who are aged does not get or feel happy. But the fact is, people who are aged, they or people in their olden age, they are the most happiest person compared to the younger generation, because their stress level becomes lower and they try to think about life as more like a positive approach, rather than thinking about negativity or taking stress on uncertain things and everything. So that would be the fact. The third thing is trying to be in a good relationship, or maybe a nice romantic relationship can make you feel happy. The fact is, even a person who is single, if they have some quality friends and relationships, of course his mental state would be very stable and he can be happy. Have a very good partner, we can be happy for a certain extent, but then our expectations becomes too much and then it can backfire us. So that would be the fact. Now let's dive into certain things that we can do in order to change our perspective, to change our attitude. Tip number one would be train your brain to be more positive. So our brains are actually wired to notice all the wrong things and remember them, because it's natural, because it's one of the survival mechanism which we had adopted from the time our ancients used to live in the caves, because at that time there used to be a lot of physical threats, and then it was very much important that they remember all the the bad things or the dangerous things, so that they can fight against it. But in our modern age, we are in a very safe environment where we do not have those kind of physical threats, but instead of that we consider the very little stresses of our life as a threat, and which brings lots of stress and unhappiness into our life. So if we can't change what happened, the nature of our brain, but we can try to make it more positive. This doesn't mean that you need to have a smiling face all the time, and then you need to show off that you're very happy. No, it's not that. But what you need to do is, you don't have to ignore the reality, but try to understand the reality in a much more better way, and then see what are the things you can do in order to improve. So instead of dwelling onto the negative aspects or negative part of your life and feeling very unhappy or very stressed or very and leading, which can lead to anxiety and depression, you need to notice what are the nice things what you have in your life. You choose, and then you appreciate that those part, and then you anticipate all the goodness, which is a powerful happiness booster. So let's look into some of the ways, or some of the important things we can do in order to bring that positivity in your brain. So the first thing is, express gratitude. It is said that gratitude is the antidote of negative emotions. Research has proved that gratitude can help you to be more positive. It can help you to reduce your depression. It can make you feel good about yourself, about your relationships, and also it can help you to strengthen your immune system. So I want to tell you some of the ways which we can, in order to develop that gratitudeness towards us and towards others. The first thing is, give sincere thanks to others. So if you feel that someone has gone beyond their limit and has done anything which can make you feel happy, you need to express that by thanking them, which will not only make you feel happy but also the other person. The next thing is trying to keep a gratitude journal. So this may sound very kiddish, but I would say that if you can keep a journal, and then write down everything that made you feel happy for that day, it's actually very powerful tool that can improve your self-esteem and self-worth. So it's very easy. You just have to list down what are the things you felt happy on that particular day, and then maybe when you feel very low about yourself, you just have to read out all those things that can really change that mental perspective about yourself. So the third is trying to count all your blessings. Like maybe there is so many things in your life that's happening which we don't really care about, but then trying to understand and trying to put revert back on the things that really happened in your life that made you feel blessed to be in this world can actually make a big sense. So that would be one thing. And then is writing a letter of gratitudeness towards that friend, because that letter, once the other person reads it, that person can have that give that immense satisfaction and happiness even if he's in a very low mood. So that's the best approach. Then the last thing would be trying to find a positivity out of every negative events that's happening in your life. So maybe maybe there is some kind of painful circumstances or events that really happened in your life. Now try to go back and try to find out what did you learn out of it. Try to evaluate on that, because every negative events has got something for us to learn. So if we can find the positivity out of that and learn something out of it, you will be more happier and more grateful about it. Tip number 2, nurture and enjoy your relationships. Your relationships are one of the most important and most valuable thing in your life, whether it's with your family or whether it's with your friends. Most oftenly, because of our busy schedule or hectic lifestyle, we forget to be in touch with our family and with our friends. And then most of the people who have end of life regret is not to be in touch with their friends. Try to invest some quality time with them. Notice whatever they do for you, and appreciate what everything. So that can bring an immense happiness and satisfaction in our life. Then it's very important that you need to sincerely compliment. So whenever you have your friends talking about their good deeds or something, you need to sincerely compliment them rather than just telling showing a very bland response. Because when you do that, that person would feel that immense happiness that you really care about that person, and that connection can become more stronger. So always, and also try to seek out happy people. So that means if we are always in the company of people who are very positive and very happy, we can also have that same type of connection with ourselves, and we also can change our negative emotions into positive. So this would be some of the ways you can bring out a quality relationship with your friends and families. Tip number 3 would be trying to live in the present and trying to understand and feel the pleasures of your life. So just think about the previous time when you became really depressed and sad. You can see that there is some sort of negative emotion attached to that. So that means every time when you think about negativity, you go into depression, or you feel very sad or upset about yourself. So rather than thinking about the past, trying to think about the present or the moment can make you feel happy. That means when you are in the present moment, you will try to appreciate everything around you, rather than you just dwelling on to the past and which makes you feel very sad and unhappy. So the first thing what you should be practicing is mindful meditation. So mindful meditation is a powerful technique which can help us to enjoy the moment as much as you can without any judgment. So you don't have to be very spiritual, or you don't have to be a meditator for that. You just have to appreciate. So it can be anything. You can meditate while you're walking, or you can meditate while you're eating. So you're trying to just understand, and understanding the things what you do at that moment, and trying to feel itself is more like a meditation. So if you can practice this kind of meditation, it can help you to improve your gratitudeness. It can improve the way you appreciate yourself and your friends or family members, and also it can help you to focus on much better quality things rather than you dwell on your past. The next is you need to notice all the small things that happens in your life. So when you are adopting mindfulness meditation, automatically you develop a sense of awareness. That means you start recognize every little things that happens in your life. For example, some of your you can make some daily rituals or daily routines in your life, like early morning coffee or tea can be consumed with your loved ones. So make it like a routine. Or maybe after you come from the work, you just have some fun time with your pet, or maybe going for a walk with your partner or something like that. Some of these routines which can be adopted on a daily life can be appreciated, and that would be the best moment when you feel more happy and satisfied. Then you need to minimize multitasking. Like for example, when you're watching the TV, you're trying to eat, or maybe you're working on the computer and you're talking to your friends. So maybe these kind of things can be reduced, and trying to focus on one thing at one time can actually give a proper quality to your work and give that immense satisfaction in your life. You work on your brain to develop and train it. That is how it works out. And also you can do something like replay happy memories. Like you try to think about the happiest moments what you had in your past, and try to recollect it. What are the feelings what you had, what are the body sensations what you felt. So these can also bring that changes within you, because when your body and systems all works on your hormones and everything. Tip number 4 would be trying to focus on helping others and living a life with a meaning. When you have that intention of helping others in any way, you don't have to do big helps, you can do even small helps. So when you start helping people, you can feel that happiness, that your life is really worth it, and that can bring a meaningful approach to your life. So doing some volunteering works, whether maybe you can volunteer in some organizations, or trying to help others in your own meaningful way can be one of the way. Or maybe trying to practice kindness. Like kindness can bring that compassion in you. If you feel that you need to help others and somebody else needs some help, so just go forward and try to help. It can be even with a smile on your face to a stranger, can be a kind act which you can do on an everyday thing. So then work on your strength. Like happiest people are known to work on their strength. That is, what is your unique quality which you're good at, and you use that quality to help others and to do certain things. So this can bring immense happiness to yourself, that at least you are doing something to the society. Tip number four would be taking a better care of your health. When your physical health is very important, so do some kind of regular exercises. Exercise will help you to boost your hormones. It can help you to work towards your goals, achieve everything in a rightful way. It will boost up your endorphins or your happiness hormones in your body. So exercise is one of the important thing which you can do for yourself. Then your sleep is again the second thing which you should not be neglecting. So people who have very bad habits of sleep will feel very tired and emotionally unstable. Getting that quality sleep is very much important. A person who is sleep deprived won't be able to handle his stress levels properly because of the hormones that are functioning in the body, and it is very harder to be very productive in your life and think creatively and choose the right decisions what you want. So that means you don't have any motivation to do any of the things which I mentioned on the top. So it's very important that you take care of your health and you work on your well-being. Eat food which can make you feel happy, not the processed food. The processed food can make you happy, but then it's just a temporary thing. But then when you eat right amount of fat and right amount of protein and right amount of carbohydrates, that itself can give you that satisfaction and that immense pleasure which can help you to work on your mental and emotional state. So this would be a rough idea about some of the things what you can do in order to bring that immense happiness, which is a long-term approach. It can help you to improve your mental wellness, because this is actually a very crucial topic, and these days people are suffering a lot because of the isolation and everything. So please take care of yourself. Thank you very much and take care everybody.